What if I told you that the number one reason LVP floors fail within 1 to 3 years has nothing to do with the quality of the flooring itself, and most homeowners never check for it before installation? If you skip this one critical step, you could be looking at $15,000 in replacement costs, just like my client who thought her subfloor looked flat enough. Coming up in this video, you're going to learn 3 critical things. First, I'll reveal exactly what this number one LVP flooring problem is that's destroying thousands of floors every year, and why even experienced contractors sometimes miss it. Second, you'll discover the simple way to check if your subfloor has this problem before you install a single plank, so you can catch it early instead of after the damage is done. And third, I'll walk you through the exact steps to prevent or fix this issue, including the proper preparation process that could save you thousands in replacement costs. I had this client who called me about their LVP flooring failing within just 1 year. I went out to take a look, and there were huge dips in the floor. I'm talking about half-inch dips within a 6-foot span. Not only that, the contractor used cardboard and shingles to try and level some of the spots out, which eventually led to the floor failure within just 1 year. The other company did not want to stand behind their work, leaving their clients all alone and without any resolution. And in this situation, the client had spent over $15,000 to remove and replace their floors again. They ended up paying 2 times as much in 1 year because they hired the wrong company. Everyone thought their floors looked fine initially. So what is this number one problem that ruins LVP floors? It's subfloor flatness. Your subfloor needs to be within 3/16 of an inch within a 10-foot span. Just because the floor looks flat doesn't mean it actually is flat. That client I mentioned earlier, her subfloor looked perfectly fine to the naked eye, but when we actually put down a 10-foot level, we found those massive half-inch dips that destroyed her entire floor. Why is this problem so common? There are 3 main reasons. First, people assume that if a floor looks level without actually checking it, it's ready for the installation. Second, contractors cutting corners to save time and money. It's much faster to skip the prep work and just lay the flooring over what's already there. And third, DIYers either skip prep work entirely or miss key steps like using primer before applying leveling compound. There are actually 2 types of subfloor issues that destroy LVP floors. The first is flatness, like dips, humps, and uneven areas. The second is moisture issues, especially with concrete slabs that don't have any moisture barriers. Although LVP floors claim to be waterproof, they are affected by moisture. Not using a moisture barrier on concrete installation is a huge mistake that I see constantly. If you have LVP that is buckling and you have a concrete slab, that's because the moisture in the slab is causing the LVP floor to cup. I've seen entire new house subdivision developments fail because the builder hired cheap contractors that did not install a moisture barrier. And what actually goes wrong when subfloors aren't prepared properly? In the immediate term, after installation, it's possible that you will hear clicking sounds and see visible gaps between the planks. In the short term, you'll get premature wear in high spots where the flooring is taking extra stress. And in the long term, you get complete floor failure and buckling, just like my client experienced. So how do you check if you have this problem? You need to properly measure the flatness of the subfloor using a long level or a straight edge. Check for dips and humps across the entire surface. In the existing installation, look for signs like gaps, clicking sounds, or planks that feel loose underfoot. And when you're dealing with concrete, moisture testing is critical before any installation begins. The proper solution process involves several steps. First, you need a self-leveling compound with a proper primer. The primer is absolutely essential. I had clients that had another company do the leveling for their basement, and the company didn't use a primer. And the client noticed cracks just in 1 day, so they had to fire the company, and they hired us to redo the entire leveling and the installation. And that mistake cost the customer $7,500. She hired the other company because we were $2,000 more than them. Well, she ended up spending 4 times as much because of one mistake. You also need a moisture barrier installed for concrete subfloors. This step cannot be skipped if you want your floors to last. And this is why professional installation matters for this step. And the biggest mistake I see with DIY installation is not doing any subfloor preparation at all. Subfloor preparation requires a lot of skill and knowledge to be done properly. So DIYers often don't do any prep work because they don't know how to. And if they do attempt the prep work, they miss important steps like sanding down and grinding down the concrete humps. Or they miss applying primer before pouring the leveler. Proper subfloor preparation might cost you a few $100s to a few $1,000s in materials and labor, depending on the size of your project. But if you skip it and your floor fails, you're looking at $8,000 to $15,000 for a complete replacement. That's the difference between doing it right the first time and having to pay twice. But here's what happens. People understand this problem, and then they accidentally hire a contractor who cuts corners anyway. There are specific questions you need to ask during estimates to spot contractors who skip subfloor preparation versus those who are going to do it right. I break down exactly what to look for and the red flags that could save you thousands in my video on choosing the best flooring contractor. Check that out right here.